So, hey guys, we're back to second part of project management. So now we're going to watch this video here on YouTube that talks about projects and difference with ongoing tasks, okay?
The management of ongoing tasks requires a different approach to the management of one-off tasks. Project management is about getting these temporary endeavours complete on time and on budget. The sad truth is that for one reason or another, most projects fail to meet their objectives. So here's some weapons you can add to your arsenal to make sure your project has the best chance of success. Firstly, make sure all stakeholders agree in granular detail on the final outcome of the project. By agreeing about deliverables at the outset of a project, you'll guard against the scope growing monstrously out of control. Planning is 80% of project management. Remember the 6 Ps. Proper planning prevents poor project performance. There's a lot of great tools that can help you keep track of your project. Use these during your planning. Before building your team, consider the skills and know-how you'll need to complete the project. Then compare that list with the people you have. Add and subtract people as necessary. Make sure you consider how information will flow where it is needed and that all stakeholders know what's happening. Prepare for stormy seas by considering what risks your project might be exposed to and plan how to best navigate to avoid or mitigate them. If you've planned properly, implementation of your project should be like conducting an orchestra, keeping the various players in check with clear, constant communication and leadership. After completing the project, report on what was done well and what could have been done better. This way your team will be better positioned to tackle their next project. Remember, anyone can complete a project by throwing more time and money at it. The real challenge is to achieve a quality outcome using the least time and money. To summarize, to make sure your project is completed on time, on budget, meeting its scope, and in a quality manner, remember that planning is paramount. Fiercely guard against scope creep by getting solid agreement on the required deliverables. Make sure you know about and use available project management tools. Think about the skills your project needs before building your team. Think hard about what risks your project could face. Communicate like an orchestral conductor during implementation. And don't forget, review, reflect, and report on your project's successes and shortcomings so your team learns from the experience.
So, as we can see in the video, it talks about kind of important aspects of project management. One is the scope. Scope is the goal of the project, the results, right? So, scope creep is when you kind of change your mind in the middle of the project and try to do too many things or things are different than you planned before. So, imagine that you want to do now like a 3 majors or 4 majors or 5 majors. So, it's going to become very, very difficult to complete the project on time. It will need more money, it will need more time, and then other goals could be more difficult to attain now because of what you call the creep code. Okay, and some other aspects there also is within the budget. So we're also talking about how to control the budget, how to control time, right? So different aspects when you're comparing to recurring processes, right? This slide talks about the steps of managing a project. So we have the beginning of a project when you define who's going to work and what is the scope, what are you going to do. You have a planning part that is planning all the activities that are going to be done. And you can see that the resources there will increase as when you go to planning amount of resource that you use. When you go to execution is when you're going to have most of the resources used, and then when closeout is when you're gonna have a slope down in terms of the resources until you kind of finish the project. So achieving your goals on time, preparing for the risks, so things that are that you don't know that's going to happen will affect your project, right? So we're living one right now. For example, in your project to graduate, now you have to deal with the fact that we're going to have online courses, right? And me as a professor, I have to change everything to online. So that was not in my project. It was not in your project. But we need to take measures like being at home and doing online courses, so we protect ourselves to actually be able to graduate you guys on time. Okay. So our next assignment is to actually you guys need to download the Word document that you have, the business case, project management. You download the Word document and you read the case. There is a table to be completed there. You complete the table with the predecessor, which means the activity that comes before that, and also the how many days and weeks actually it will take, and answer that question. What is the shortest amount of time that we can complete this project? Okay, so read it, answer the question,